What is going on, YouTube family? I'm back with another video. I thought something that might be interesting to talk about for any of my new subscribers specifically. Y'all might be new to this particular type of story from me, unless of course you're going back into the archives. But this video, I wanted to really talk about my hair. As you can see, I got locks, and a lot of them, big, thick head of hair, all that kind of stuff. My hair is a particular texture that takes a long time to lock. So you can imagine how many times I wanted to cut this joint off in the time that I actually started growing it. But we're gonna actually go back in time a little bit. Go back in time and go back down in history from where I started my lock journey. The first time I started my real lock journey was back in the year I got married, 2012. I'd actually started growing my hair a few months before, but it wasn't quite long enough. It was still in what some people would call the ugly stage. I don't really like that phrase so much, but it wasn't long enough by the time I got married to actually look the way I would have been okay with in my wedding pictures. So I decided to go ahead and cut it all off. And then after that, I just went ahead and started growing it again. So, all the nice pictures in the wedding was all that great stuff. But fast forward 4 months, my hair was a good length long. I would say probably about that long. Yeah. So I went ahead and started December 2012. Everything went pretty good. My wife actually started it, so I was doing pretty good, saving money with that process too. And I actually kept them rocks for 2 whole years. And then it actually wasn't even a full 2 years, because what I ended up actually doing, what ended up happening was I ended up cutting them off for a job. I was working at a particular company, and there was a position I wanted, and I thought it might actually increase my potential if I had got rid of the locks at the time. They weren't nowhere near as long as they are now, of course, but so I went ahead and did it, and I would never do that again. And I'm gonna pause right there in my story just to tell you guys, I actually got the idea for cutting my locks off at that point because someone said it might increase my stock, so to speak. Never again will I do that. Never again. Never ever again. If you are going for a job and they can't appreciate you for what you bring to the table, of course you still, want to bring your A game and look spiffy and all that kind of stuff. Dressed the part at least. But if you've done that part and they can't accept you, then the job ain't for you anyway. Don't worry about it. Don't get stressed about it. Think there's better things in your future. That job, if you would have got it, or whatever it is that you were aiming for, If that would have happened, it would have hindered you from your real destiny. So it's always good not to get stressed about anything that can get in the way of your full potential, because at the end of the day, God has plans for each and every single one of us, and He knows what's best. And who knows? I still don't know to this day what my why I didn't get the position, but it is what it is. I feel like I was heavily qualified for it. But now back into the actual story. So after cutting it off, after only a year and 9 months, I regretted the decision. I was like, man, this was a terrible idea. Never should have did this. I'll never do it. I'll never do that again. If I cut my locks off ever again, it'll be, if I ever grow them back, I'm not going to cut them unless I want to cut them. So I went ahead and took a 2-year hiatus from locks and experimented with some other hairstyles. In fact, there was this hairstyle, which I think was called the South of France. I don't know. I think some people still have it, still get it. I'm not sure, but if I was to ever get rid of my locks, that's the hairstyle that I'm gonna go back to, without question. I used to love this hairstyle. It was one of the coolest haircuts I ever felt that I ever had. But so in August of 2016, my hair was pretty a decent length. I had one of those TWAs, what we call a teeny weeny afro. I went ahead and had that for a while, and I was like, you know what, it's time for me to grow my locks back out. So then October 2016, I went ahead and started the process all over again. Now we're approaching October 2020, and now we're at this. And in fact, of course, you can see in other videos, but this is where I'm at now. Decided to have a little fun with it and dye the tips, as you can see. And of course, in most videos nowadays, you can see that I went with the dyed tips. I'm actually thinking about dyeing them back. I would never want to do any other color, just to avoid looking crazy or anything like that, or a little extra, because at the end of the day, I'm not young. So dyeing my hair all these crazy colors just wouldn't really suit my personality, really. The only reason I would actually ever dye my hair or dye my tips or anything else for that matter, like changing the color of my hair, is if I decided to cosplay, because of course y'all know I like anime. If I was to decide to cosplay as a certain character that had a certain color hair, that would be the only reason I would dye my hair. But, this is, believe it or not, this is only 4 years of growing my hair. And any person who has locks already knows that what locks really are. So if my hair wasn't locked up, my hair would be even longer. Like, this is like a lock itself is like a matted, tightly curled strand of hair. So imagine if this lock wasn't tightly twisted and compacted, it would probably be twice as long. If it was just my natural hair that comes out of my head, like this new growth you see, probably be twice as long. But I just felt like this was a pretty cool video. I was actually doing a lock journey. In fact, I'm gonna put this in the playlist of my lock journey. Um, that hasn't actually been updated in a hot minute, so it's gonna have a really big gap, really big time lapse. But if you have any other questions, concerns, um, if you're a new person who's thought about getting locks, definitely feel free to hit the comment section and ask me anything you want. You know, on my dreadheads, lock lovers, you know, feel free to help me answer all the questions in the comment section below. Um, as you can see, I even took it a step forward. I need to actually get another shape up. But I joined the dread Hulk community. So normally I have the sides shaved down. But I love my locks, man. You can catch more pictures of me on my Instagram with my locks. As you can see, they get all over the place. I love playing around with them. I don't know. That's like a tendency of people who have locks. They like to play around with them and push them around. But they do also get in your face, which is actually why I had them up in a ponytail earlier. But it is what it is. If you are new, please subscribe. Hit the post notification bell so you don't miss content when I post it. And don't forget to share. Anyone you think that would actually benefit from enjoying this video, share it with them. Let them have a good time. I'm also big on helping other people with any other questions they have. If there's anything that you guys want to know about that y'all think I might know the answer to, hit me in the comment section with a topic that you want me to make a video about, and I will be happy to put my 2 cents in. But until next time, gang, I'll holler at y'all in the next video.